Oh my goodness, what a spectacular morning and what an array of colours we've got outside. Everything's starting to bloom, it's that time of year. The leaves are coming on all of the trees, the blossoms are coming out, the colours, and of course with that, the wildlife, the bees, everything seems to be springing into life. It is spring for sure. So what have we got going on? We are back here in the tiny house. Whoop whoop, at last. It's been months since we were here last time. And I think the last time I stood in this room, I was probably telling you a story about a journey through Afghanistan. So, it's been a while. There's been a lot going on, things that couldn't wait. The chicken coop couldn't wait. We had an urgent need to build that. So, as I said earlier, it's been a while since we were in this house, since we were doing the building, and since this project was starting to evolve. So, great idea. For now, let's rewind the clock a little bit and start at the very beginning, catch you up on the entire project, and then we can start building a bit more. Okay, so we're all caught up now. What a project it's been, a lot of ups and downs to date, but here we are with a watertight room, pretty much watertight anyway. There's no glass in the windows just yet, but at least the roof doesn't leak, and there's been plenty of rain since we paused the project to prove that actually the roof is doing a really good job at holding the weather out. So what's the project for today? Well, the first thing I think we're going to do is we've got these windows, they're just sort of propped there at the moment, propped into place. The sun is starting to shine on them. What I don't want to happen is for the wood to start bending and warping. So I'm going to fit those windows today. That's a super easy job. And then following on from that, we'll start looking at finishing some of the projects. We've got the floor to finish, we've got the ceiling to finish, we've got another roof window to put in. Lots of projects to get cracking with. Fit the windows, enough rabbiting on. Let's just get cracking and see where we end up at the end of the day. Hopefully we can get a whole bunch of stuff done in here. been such a long time since we were in here. There's cobwebs. So some of you may or may not have heard that saw as I was cutting these chocks. I'm using the chocks just to straighten up the window and make sure it's in place before I put some squirty expandable foam all the way around the edges just to hold it in place before I screw it. But some of you may have heard that saw struggle a little bit as it went through this very soft pine wood. Tara the other week was building an outside table for her greenhouse. Great little project, and she cut into a nail on one of the old recycled pieces of wood that we're using.
That didn't feel as sharp as it used to. Oh, I hope I haven't broken it.
And it's just, well, as you'd expect, completely messed up with the strength of the saw blade. So never mind, these things happen. Nice. All right, so just putting these chocks in to make sure that we've got it nice and level. The wall itself isn't particularly level. So Adam, basically the carpenter who's built these windows, his idea for these windows was for them to open inwards, and I prefer them to open outwards. So there we go. Hopefully they'll be just fine like that. Good, that one's in place, very good. Let's go and do the other one and then put the squirty foam around the edge. Yeah, this corner gets a heck of a lot of sunshine. I just really am quite nervous about these windows starting to bend in that sunlight. So. All right, I think that's good. We stick some squirty foam in there. Jobs are good. I hate this stuff, by the way. It gets everywhere. So if you're going to use it yourself, be a bit careful with it. So here's a tip for you. If you're going to use this gnarly, sticky stuff, as you're doing it, if you're doing it and it goes over the edges or it goes in the wrong place, the best thing you can do is just let it expand to where it wants to be. Wait for it to dry, and then just cut it, because it comes off super easy when it's dry. When it's wet, it goes everywhere and it sticks to everything, and it's just blooming horrible stuff. But it is very, very good at doing the job it's supposed to do.
This tiny house has been a huge challenge, but by far our biggest challenge since moving to Portugal has been learning Portuguese. It's been almost a year since we arrived here, and nearly 8 months since we first started using Rosetta Stone to support our language learning journey, and it's made all the difference. There are so many wonderful Portuguese people in our lives now, and we're working hard towards the day when we can chat to them in their own language properly. We've still got a long way to go, but having a handy app at our fingertips means we can easily get a bit of learning in whenever we get a quiet moment. That's why we're excited to partner with Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone is a language learning app that offers 24 different languages and teaches you language in an immersive and natural way, tapping into your brain's intuitive ability to learn. It also has incredible speech recognition software, which means that we can practice our pronunciation. I am on my way to find John to remind him that it's that time of day again. Time for some Portuguese practice.
Dano. Go. Guess what I'm going to say?
Amigo.
Amigo.
So we are finding time in amongst all of our projects to commit to learning Portuguese. John is excited and I'm excited because if you would like to learn a new language, then use the link in our description to sign up to Rosetta Stone. It will give you 50% off all of their language learning courses. And that means that you'll have forever access to 24 different language courses for the rest of your life. Imagine the possibilities. Thanks so much to Rosetta Stone for helping us on our journey to learn Portuguese.
Rosetta Stone!
And I'm going to leave John to it.
Thank you. Okay, well, we are waiting for the expandy foam to do its stuff and expand. Let's go and have a look at the door. Now, currently what we've got here is a big old metal, pretty rubbish door. We are going to save it because I've got a feeling there'll be a project somewhere down the line that requires a door such as this one, but it's not really appropriate for the room that we're going to have. Problem we've got with this door is it's only 79 centimeters wide. Now, there aren't many doors that come, especially exterior doors that come that are 79 centimeters wide. We asked Adam at the same time as when he gave us the windows, we asked him, have you got any second-hand doors or like leftover doors that are just lying around on your workshop floor? He said, yes, I've got this one here. So he's bought this one to us. It didn't cost us very much because it was just basically sat on his floor, of the floor of his workshop. Being used, it's kind of there. It's got a gnarly old lock on it, like proper lock, but it is completely overkill for the job we need it to do. It's also 20 centimeters too wide. So we've got a question. Do we cut a big hole or a bigger hole in the wall of the building, or do we cut the door down to fit the size of the hole? Cutting a larger hole into the wall, well, that would require some structural work. In addition to that, I just feel if you look at the size of the door as it is now, just turn around and have a look. Look at that wall. If we make that door any bigger, 20 centimeters bigger, it's going to be like that big. So that's a pretty huge door to go in a wall that size. So I think the best thing to do would be just to cut that door down and make it fit. Now, I guess some of you out there are thinking, why don't you finish the floor off or the ceiling off before you start fiddling around with putting a new door in? Well, the answer to that is I don't have a car at the moment. I need more wood for the ceiling, and I need more kit, a tile cutter for the floor. So as soon as I get the car back, Tara and the boys have gone out shopping this morning. As soon as I get the car back, I'll jump in it, I'll go and get what I need, and then I'll be able to finish off the ceiling and the floor. For now though, I've got to get this door out. I've got 9 screws out so far around the frame. They were big meaty screws. But I've got one at the bottom here that's just being a little bit tricky, so I'm going to have to drill it out. It's always the last screw, isn't it? Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Nice little find there. I was trying to cool the drill bit off after drilling into that gnarly screw just down here. Found ourselves some steps up. Love it. That'll save a job later on. I think we'll keep those. Okay, so this is the screw that's not coming out, but I think if we give it a good old bash, we might be able to just force it off. It makes me wonder a little bit about what they were doing in there, because you remember the original windows were tiny little windows with metal bars over them, and then this door, it's like getting into Fort Knox. Heavy metal door. Anyway, maybe they were storing something important in there. Here's the door. It is a really great door, and also it's got a huge bunch of locks on it and bits and pieces like that. Very impressive. We need to cut it down to size though, which seems a real shame for a door like this. I'm not sure what wood it's made out of, but it definitely feels like a hardwood door. First things first, I'm going to measure it. I'm just going to put a pilot hole in and see whether 9.5 centimeters off this end is going to be okay to do, because basically if it's not, well, quite simply, there might be a whole bunch of metal in there that we just can't cut through, and then that's the project sort of scuppered for now. Let's have a look.
I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but we are just starting to wean Sawyer and introduce him to solids, and he's doing so well. He absolutely loves it, which is no surprise because he is a big baby, and evidently very ready to start solids, but it does mean that everything's a bit of a mess. So I'm really pleased that the weather's so nice so that we can do most meals outside. Anyway, the most exciting thing happened the other day. We put our table back outside. There she is in all her glory. Bit messy right now. Is there what? A berry?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There she is in all her glory. If you've been watching for a while, you'll remember when John built that out of the old wine press in the Adega. And God, look at our wisteria. Isn't it glorious? Oh man, I tell you what, these spring days are something else entirely. They're so special. Anyway, it's really, really nice that John's back in the tiny house because it was a project that kind of got paused because everything else needed to kind of be prioritized over and above it. But I'm pleased he's back in there. I know he's been having a bit of a headache with the door, so I'm going to go up and see what he's up to. And I have an idea for a job this afternoon. I now fancy myself as something of a carpenter, having built a table. So I'm going to see if I can make a little addition for the chicken coop. And see what he makes of it. Come on, buddy, let's go see what Dad's up to. I'm planting tiny seeds later, hey? Hello, my love.
Hi, darling. How was the
Okay.
shot?
Yeah, fine.
Boys all right?
Boys are fine. Hey, Crusoe.
Hey, Crusoe.
Sorry's asleep.
Okay, that's good.
This looks intense.
Yeah.
Look at tiny seeds.
You got seeds. Wow.
We bought nasturtiums and marigolds to plant for the garden.
That'll be fun this
Oh, wow,
afternoon.
door frame.
Yeah, so I decided rather than cut the hole bigger,
Yeah.
that we would cut the door smaller.
Nice, man. Oh, you cleaned the step as well.
I found it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
That looks really cool.
Play the wall.
Did Daddy paint the wall? On the subject of doors, by the way,
Yeah.
I had an amazing message on Instagram just now
Okay.
with ideas for the doors.
Is it?
I'll show you later.
Okay, all right, that was fun.
If you missed it, we were given 5 17th century doors by some friends of ours in Porto, and we asked everybody to come up with ideas of things we could do with them. We've had some incredible ideas, so watch this space. Wait a minute,
Brilliant.
this door being cut.
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Well, Crusoe and I evacuate. So, you also know I now consider myself something of a carpenter, having built a table.
We do, yeah. We do.
I have an idea for a chicken perch.
My blade was blunt.
Sorry,
That's all right.
gave me a piece of wood with nails in it.
I know, yeah. I've done it many times myself.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
Can I show you what I'm thinking, and then you can tell me if I'm
Yeah, let's do it.
onto something?
What do we do?
I'm making a chicken perch for the
Oh,
coop.
right. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, good.
Come and have a look.
Yeah. Okay, what have you got?
So, I was scrounging around in the wood pile,
Yeah.
and my thinking is, if I could make this fit with these, with those drill bits, I have an idea.
Okay.
We could make a perch for the chickens that goes inside the coop for them to sit on at night.
That'll be fun.
So my thinking is, these cut holes inward, right?
That's right, yeah.
So, I was thinking, if I make a hole in that,
Yeah.
that's big enough for that,
You've been rooting through the knot garage, my darling.
I have.
That's fun.
so it can go in there,
Yeah.
and then like that,
Yeah.
and then we can put it in the chicken coop and they can sit on them at night time.
Okay.
My question for you is, how do we stop it from falling over?
Yeah, I think you probably need to fix it somewhere in the coop.
gonna lie, I'm a tiny bit intimidated by this drill bit, this drill. Anyway, John's standing by to come and help. Okay, let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. Darling, I'm not okay.
Let me come and help. Wow, yeah. If I put the holes in,
Yeah,
then you can put it together. Did you measure how long it needs to be?
110 centimeters. I
Okay.
haven't done my stick yet though.
Okay, alright. Wrong way. You were drilling backwards.
What next then, my knight in shining newbies merchandise?
Yeah.
Crusoe's watering the flowers. Oh gosh, this is heavy duty. You make it look so easy, my love.
Okay, there we go. So what we'll do is we'll just fix all that together. Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't even need to cut anything.
Right, what do we need? We need Sigaflex.
Take a flex.
Let me see if I can find some.
Thanks, love. It just reminded me of a home video that my mum and dad have of me when I was a kid. That they were taking in secret from a distance about like this. And we had some calves on the farm and I was about to hit one of the calves with a rake. And I'll never forget it because you can hear my dad going, "Ewe," which means you in Shona. And I stopped and dropped the rake immediately. The calf didn't get hit. But it's so funny to see Crusoe. There he's going to the greenhouse. You know he's going to be up to no good because he's peeping over his shoulder to see if we're watching. He's probably going to go and pluck seeds or something. But it's just funny. It's so sweet to think, you know, what's going on in his little head. And I'm sure all of us have had the same with our children, and my parents had the same with me. So there you go. Speaking of parents, mine are arriving in a week. Yay! We are so excited to have them. Find it.
There's not much left in it, but it should do the trick.
Okay.
So
Thank you, my darling.
that's all right.
Good luck with your door.
Yeah, chop the rest of it now.
Love you.
Love you too. Where's Chris? There, hello, boy. All right.
It's watering the plants. And I think probably quite key to move it out of the way of the toddler. So I'm going to put it on the roof of the adega and leave it overnight, I think. And tomorrow night the chickens will have a perch in their coop.
Alright, behind me is a door that's cut. It looks great. I think it's going to really work out quite nicely. The last cut I made didn't take into account the height of the tiles, so I'm going to have to do that one cut again. Then I'm going to knock in the hinges and just put it into place. But I think for a second-hand door that didn't really fit, it's going to be really lovely when it goes into place.
Let's meet down at the lonely lake before summer has gone away. Swim out under a broken sky. Cold sun colored with shades of white. wave goodbye to last summer.
Okay, recut everything. I think it pretty much fits now. The last thing I've got to do is just fit the hinges or put the holes for the hinges so that I can screw it back into place. That's super easy. All I'm going to do is take this old piece of wood, the one with the original hinges, slots. I'm going to marry it up against the new size door, mark it, cut it, stick it up, job's good. I think it's awesome.
About yourself. You've never told to no one else.
Right, that's it. So,
Say goodbye to lonely nights last summer.
So there you have it. I know loads of you have been asking about the tiny house and are really keen to see this project progress. So there we go.
here we are, yeah. So, like I said at the beginning of this episode, we will do our very best to feature projects from this tiny house every episode now until it's finished. Fingers
Well,
crossed that's fairly soon.
Your new deadline, and this one is serious, is the 27th of May.
Okay.
There are people who have to stay in here on the 27th of May. If this isn't finished, they
Okay.
have nowhere to sleep.
Right, okay,
And
well.
it's your nephews.
Okay, yeah. All right. well, I
Charlie,
can-
Jamie, if you're watching,
Sophie?
message. So Sophie will be with the mum and dad, won't she?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sophie, Jamie, Charlie, if you're watching, send your uncle a message and tell him to hurry up.
Yeah, that's true. All right, okay. Before Crusoe traps his fingers in the door, darling, you better go and just grab him. Let's just go. Before Crusoe traps his fingers in the door,
We should sign off.
we should sign off.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode.
Absolutely.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Because we love hearing from you.
absolutely.
And remember,
Be brave.
think big.
Explore.
Cheers, folks.
See you
Next
later.
time.